Dive into the DMs here on 99.7 DJX.
Colleen sent us a message. Hey, Ben and Kelly, for the fun of it, I recently took one of those DNA ancestry tests and was shocked that despite what I've always been told, there is almost no Irish in my bloodline.
Okay.
That explains why the family name sounds more British than Irish.
Sure.
But my dad was raised a super proud Irishman. He'll be out celebrating the next 2 weekends, sporting the green with all his drinking buddies. Yep. Now, I made the mistake of mentioning the DNA test, and he wants to hear all about it. But I can't tell him the truth and rob him of something he gets so much pleasure from, right? But the thought of lying to him feels wrong, too. So I've been trying to avoid the topic, and hopefully it's all going to fade away after St. Patrick's Day. I doubt he would ever get a test on his own. He's in his 60s, doesn't really understand stuff like that. But what if he did?
Okay.
I can't make up my mind what's best for someone that means the world to me. I really need some impartial thoughts on this. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I mean, at the root of it, you know, those DNA ancestry tests, man, those are interesting because, you know, I remember getting some back and going, oh, all right, I thought I was more this, but I have a lot more this.
Uh-huh. And then you can also find like secret cousins or siblings or all sorts of stuff like that too. But you just never know what you're going to get with that.
Right. So I don't know. I think I get where you're like, I don't want to spoil his fun. He's grown up this entire time thinking, I'm Irish, you know.
And he really likes being Irish.
Yeah. So if you go and show him the DNA and you're like, yeah, guess what? You're not Irish.
Oh, awkward. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, is it going to change their life if, you know, Colleen doesn't say anything and just kind of lets him go on thinking that he's Irish? Is it going to hurt anything?
Gary?
Just lie to him. Tell him he's like 120% Irish. I'm sure the father has lied to him, so...
Lie to dad. It'll make him feel better. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And he's like, I'm sure the dad has lied to you. So, you know.
Okay.
All right.
I
guess that's one way to think about it.
I don't know if it's like pertinent information. Now, if there is some sort of like medical issue or something that could end up making a difference in his life, that's different. But I think when it just comes to like your heritage, I don't know if that's a life or death situation. I don't know if we need to spoil.
Yeah, Bethany says,
thought.
Morbid as it may sound, he doesn't have a whole lot of time left. He is 60, so just let him live in ignorance. Ignorance is bliss.
Listen, he could have a lot of life left at 60. A lot of life left. A lot of life left.
Bethany is burying Colleen's dad.
We are not 1 foot in the grave at 60, okay? We're not.
Rhonda says, heck, everyone identifies as something. Let him identify as Irish.
That is very true.
That is true.
That is very true in today's world.
Gina.
Yep.
My opinion, I think should tell him. My experience with these, the DNA isn't that accurate. My mom is one of 6. And every single one of her siblings came back differently with different amounts of Irish, different amounts of German. Okay. It's really all over the board, so I think he should still tell him.
Oh. Okay, but why are we telling him, though, if it's not entirely accurate?
Well, just saying, hey, look, this says you're not Irish, but these things aren't accurate.
Okay.
Maybe that's what you do.
All right. So if he really, really wants to know and keeps pressing, she can say that.
And say, hey, just know that these aren't always entirely accurate. I know in your heart you're Irish.
But then I feel like then Dad's going to want to prove it. So then he's going to like, I'll take one of those tests. I'll prove I'm Irish. And then it's going to come back not. He's going to be even more
Not
devastated.
only am I not Irish, I'm pregnant. So this is crazy.
Okay.
All right, well.
All right. So are we telling Dad the truth or what are we doing?
I don't think we did come up with a definitive
I don't think we
thing.
did. I don't know if we need to tell him.
I kind of am like, maybe you just let it blow over and if he does bring it up, I don't know, maybe a little white lie never hurt anybody.
Okay, we don't talk to him for 6 months and he'll forget it, right?
Right, sure.
I don't think it's that.
I mean, hey,
it's not that pertinent information. I don't think that we need to tell him if it's going to really crush him as much as she thinks it's going to.
Yeah, I don't think so. And look, everybody wears the "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" shirts. Everybody's Irish in March, so it's like, hey, why don't just? I think it's fine.
Yes.
If it is going to weigh on you that you're like, quote, keeping information away from him and lying to him, quote, lying to him, then maybe you just say, if he brings it up to you, that just preface it by these things aren't always accurate. Because, I took one and they'll email you periodically with updates like, hey, actually, we after analyzing your data even longer, your percentages have shifted just a little bit.
What? Really?
Yeah. So
Leslie says those DNA tests state they're for entertainment purposes only and can change and do as their database grows.
Yeah. See that, and that's what I just said. So yeah, I think if he does bring it up, then you just kind of say, hey, look, this is what it says, but that doesn't mean anything.
Stabby Sarah says, listen, don't tell him. It changes nothing, and him knowing the truth doesn't solve anything. Let him enjoy his Irishness.
All right. So that's what I think we're doing, right?
Oh, okay. Yes, we're not telling him. Or we are telling him, just saying it's probably not true.
Only if he brings it up, we say something to him. But preface it by saying it's probably not true.
Okay.
But if he doesn't bring it up, then let's let him take it to the grave, which, according to Bethany, is going to be any minute
soon.
Now.
What is the matter with you, Bethany? You have plenty of time
All right,
left.
there you go. That's diving into the DMs on 99.7 DJX.